All right, guys, let's do I guess it's kind of late night. Let's do a new bass line. This will be in Blues Volume 2 alternate bass lines, but what we're going to do is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And what I'm going to do is show you a very quick lick that you can use to play with this. First, let's get the lick down. So the bass line, let's get the bass line down. The bass line is just a triad, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. And I love all of these different bass lines. We have so many bass lines that outline the triad first, which is really nice, but also 1 and 2 and 3, and in this case we're going up to the 6th note of whatever scale we're in. The finger is going to be the same in all keys, but one thing we can do is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and we can go up to the flat 7 if we want to do that. Let me skip this really quickly, and I'll leave the chat open just in case anyone wants to say hello in the chat. I love your likes if you're enjoying this, and your comments. This won't be a long lesson, but I'm hoping to give you a lot of information. So here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Now, the music you're looking at has a different lick. If you're able to see that, it's the first most popular lick at iMusic Academy. And what I did is, you guys know that Blues Alternate Basslines Course Volume 1 has a bunch of different licks where we use the same bass line over and over, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Actually, this one actually is, I believe that this one is actually in Volume 1. I'll have to go back and check, but we're up to about 27 different bass lines, and this morning in our Blues Academy I went over several of the ones from Blues Volume 2, which we're working on. So anyway, it's all the same lick for the right hand, but what I thought I would show you is, in addition to showing you guys this bass line over C, F, and G, we're also going to show you a simple tip that I call the flat 7 idea. So we'll do that in just a second. Let's go over this one more time on all 3 chords we're going to need. So a 3-chord blues with C 4 times, and then F, 4-chord of the C blues, and then back to C. Now I'll slow down right here to the G chord, which is the 5-chord, 1 measure, and then F, 1 measure, and then you can walk it up quarter notes, so C, E, F, F sharp, G, and the octave. So we could go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and there are a couple of different ways you can practice this. You can practice it slow and straight, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. The lick we're going to do in the right hand is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, let's talk about some of the notes that we're using to make this sound good and actually fit really nicely with the bass line. Is that we're doing the root down chromatically to the flat 7. We talk all the time about the importance of using that flat 7, which is really nice. And then the next question is, how in the world do you get this to lock up with the left hand? And the answer is, 1, you can play it slow and straight, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and find out where the beats lock up. So one way it does is 1 and 2 and. The and of 2 gets the E in the left hand and the flat 7 in the right hand. So 1 and 2 and 3, and on and 4 and. This is kind of nice because you have the G and the A and 4 and, with the G and D together, A and C sharp together, and back to G and D. And then you do 1 and 2 and 3. So now we walk down from the 6th note chromatically down to the 5. And then I just did at the end 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Now that is just a simple 2-note comping voicing in my right hand there, and I'm doing it 1 and 2 and, which locks up really nicely the E with the E and the B flat. 1 and 2 and 3, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and do lots of different ways, but let me just play it in rhythm. 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So on and 4 and 4 and. Now even that rhythm is something we should practice, and I'll actually add this to the PDF. I'm doing a little practice PDF for our group we did this morning. So we could do 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now on F it's the same thing. Let me do this again slowly, and then we'll add the last chord, and then we'll be done. So we're starting off on C, which is really nice because we're going down, we're walking it down chromatically. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now F. Back to C. We're down here. And then on G, and then you're down to A, so we go G, F sharp, F, so down to the flat 7 of G. Now we're going back to F. Then we can walk it down. You guys remember the trick on this is you go up to the 3rd and walk up chromatically, or down to the flat 7 and go down chromatically so we end up on the 5th. Let's try the whole thing. Now G. F. On G. F. That right there. And then to F. So what I'm doing right there is what the sheet music actually has, which is the most popular lick, right, at iMusic Academy. So from Blues Volume 1, Example 1. If you wanted to lock that up, you just do it slow and straight. 1 and 2 and. Okay, the E locks up with the C. And that's just and 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now I'll put that with the other lick. talk about one more thing. So as I said when we first started this, you could either do this bass line, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, or you can do quarter note bass line going up, or the same bass line but going up to the flat 7. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So listen to that. Or you could just do quarter notes. Listen to this. Alright guys, I think that'll wrap it up for today. Let me just kind of review. We did this bass line. I want you to practice just C triad with the A. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And as you do that, you'll build up a lot of muscle memory, but keep it slow and straight. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Then you'll put that with the right hand. 1 and 2 and 3 and What's so nice about that is you cannot go wrong if you start on the root of any of the chords you're on. And you just go down the flat 7. Try that out. It's a neat sound. And then all I did is go down to the second note of the scale, or the 9th, however you want to look at, up to the 6th. And in the jazz world, that is actually a lick in the jazz world of. So it's blues and jazz. Kind of a nice little thing. Alright guys, have a great night, and we'll see all of you in the next video. If you enjoyed this, make sure you like and leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel.